This is Seth David for schoolofbookkeeping.com, bringing to you another special screencast. This time we're talking about what is business valuation. What is business valuation? I'm a big fan of the show Shark Tank. My wife and I watch it just about every Friday night. And I love watching the show. It appeals to me on many levels, a lot of which has to do with what I do for a living, which is working with companies on the bookkeeping and accounting and really putting together the information that one would ultimately use in order to value a business. So this first lesson is short and sweet. This is so far going to be a 3-lesson standalone course. A standalone course is sort of a trial course we put out there at schoolofbookkeeping.com. Get a feel for the interest and decide if we want to make it a full-length course. So this first lesson is really just to help people understand and follow along, perhaps if you watch the show, when the when the companies, the contestants, let's call them, first walk onto the show, the first thing they always say is, I'm seeking $250,000 for a 20% stake in my company. And oftentimes right then and there you'll see Mark Cuban and Damon Johns and the rest of them writing down something on a piece of paper. My guess is they're actually calculating the valuation. So how do we calculate that valuation? What is it? It's very simple. You take the amount that they're seeking and divide that by the percentage they're willing to give up in exchange for that. When you divide a number by a number that's less than 1, which a percentage is less than 1, then you're going to get a bigger number, and that number, when you do that division, represents what 100% of the company would be worth based on what they're asking. So that's the first thing that the sharks want to know, is how much are you valuing your company? Now the whole rest of the presentation is basically aimed at selling them on that valuation. First they have to sell them on the idea, and then if they like the idea, then they get into the numbers, and that's usually the very next thing they'll ask about. So that's what the next 2 lessons are going to be about. We're going to take a look at what happens and how these companies might approach coming up with these valuations, and what I think in terms of what my strategy would be if I were working with one of these companies, let's say, to help them put the numbers together before they go on the show Shark Tank. So stay tuned, go to the next lesson, download this template, it's free, available for fun and for free, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. Seth at schoolofbookkeeping.com.